Okay, so we're here with another round of, I think, blackout or cover-ups or something. I don't know exactly what it is. Some kind of mess.
A mess. Let's go for it.
Of things.
All right. So we'll start with the email that says, title, A Good Example of a Tattoo Gone Bad. And this is from Adam.
See, a mess. I didn't know what kind.
It looks like he had a first email that I can't read,
Yeah.
so we'll go to the second one. The tree was actually done in 2 sessions, a year apart. Top first, then full wrist. Never had a single problem with that area when my guy covered it. It was a money issue, is why it took me so long to finish it. Forgive me, genuinely considering going full on black work, undecided, however. So...
This was the 2 session? Was it with the hand or just the wrist? Did he say?
Tree was actually done in 2 sessions.
Oh, okay.
A year apart. First the full wrist.
Wow.
Top first, then the full wrist. So obviously I think the trees and then the rest of the wrist.
How in the world is that 2 sessions? Do you think they lined it out first?
I have no idea. No, they probably
Doesn't look like it has a line.
I don't know. I got nothing.
The bottom of it is like super blorby, like the way it comes together.
What's that name again? Blorby.
Well, it's just the way it is, like that, like the little specks of negative space in between the trees there to distinguish them. I would say just fill those in. They don't offer anything
Stop
to this.
the blorb.
Well, like they don't do anything. You know what I mean? They just look kind of like they were forgotten. That, you know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Like they just look like, oh, we didn't fill in the black. I don't know. I definitely think this should be a full blackout, for sure.
I
don't
think it should be a full
there's
blackout too.
anything worth.
I
They're
like
not really trees.
I like the skull with the rune. I think that's kind of cool, but you should just black it all out.
Well, the skull is fine. I mean, we don't really get a great view of him, really. But the trees don't. Like, I know they're trees, and I can tell what they were going for. What is happening with the finish at the bottom?
I don't know. Is it fire?
Yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to look like trees, more trees or something. I don't know. It just looks. It looks like they didn't nail it on the tree shapes, and so now it just looks like a weird unfinished blorb monster. And I would just recommend just going full black.
Yeah, there needs to be some more sharper lines in those blorby trees.
Well, you could reshape them a little bit, but because they're so close together in places, there's not a whole lot of room to build off in any direction. So you kind of screwed yourself there. But fortunately for you, you were considering blackout. Maybe this will give you the kick you need to get there, because I think you'll be much happier when you fill in those spaces. What do we got here next?
So we're gonna do the next one. Says, sup, enjoy everything you're doing. Hope to get way more work myself soon. Currently only have a jersey sleeve, haha. However, I am here to share a story about having an artist who doesn't give a fuck or know what they're doing or not paying attention.
We got a lot of those around here.
I've seen his other work, seems to be good, but perhaps an off day and complacency. The pics will surely tell the story. I sent them in order that what I came home with to what I was left with after 3 months of healing. To the cover-up I go, which yes is pine trees, haha, but my artist does some pretty solid
pine
black
trees.
work. Yeah. Thanks for your time. Keep up the amazing journey.
I guess I should have said Remy reacts to pine trees today.
So this is the first email to that set, because this is the same. This is the bottom email. So this is actually what came before
Is that right?
Yeah. We just had it all mixed up. So
that's okay. It doesn't really matter. 2 separate tattoos.
This is what he actually covered with the pine trees.
All right.
So
is that right? Well,
this isn't every time I die tattoo.
I mean, it's nice to know that this is a growing evolution.
Yeah.
I don't mind that we did this backwards because it doesn't read any different to me.
Yeah.
But holy fuck.
Yeah, it's bad.
I remember you were like glancing over these emails and you were like, is that scarification?
Well, yeah. When I first, because I saw the amount of scabbing there was. And
You don't
like,
go that deep with scarification typically.
The color of it, and I was like, oh, it's like the Every Time I Die logo. Is it like scarification or like what? And then
May as
looking
well
closer,
be.
it's just
Well,
infected as hell.
Scarification would have had a cleaner heel and
Yeah.
a more prominent look.
It's pretty nasty.
It is just in this one here. It looks like a strip of jerky or something.
Yeah, like how does this happen? Like.
Oh, there's all kinds of ways this happens.
I mean, like they like it to me. It looks like this line. It looks like they like fucking carved that in. Like like their machine was running too fast and they were going too slow. Is that how that happens? Because
sometimes that's what happens. Yeah, sometimes you're fucking up the wrong layer of skin too.
Well,
there's all kinds of things. There could be
that line looks like
you can get a result like this from aftercare too.
Can you?
Yeah, but like it's more likely to be the artist. Something like the 80-20 rule, I think, with that, where it's like 80% of the time it's the execution. But you can take a good tattoo and turn it into this. So
I don't know. It's just how deep, although that could just be from the scab. It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty fucking gross.
And then I'm also wondering, my other like weird thought with this is I know a lot of people have like an allergy to red pigment for some reason.
I don't think that's
the
the
case.
case.
You don't think
here.
this is a reaction,
No.
like a rejection to the red pigment?
No.
You don't think
When I hear that too, like I always think like it seems to me like there's more at play there. Always, like I think that like that can be the case. Don't get me wrong, but I hear that red ink allergy a lot.
Yeah.
Right, and I don't know if it's always just the ink. I think sometimes it's like there's other factors. Like I had, for example, some world famous red ink put in the back of my neck, and we don't use world famous here at the shop, and for whatever reason it was the only part of that tattoo that scabbed.
Interesting.
But like other reds don't. So I think sometimes it's the ingredients in the red ink you're using.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's so many different red inks. People want to say blanket statements like I'm allergic to red ink, but it's like that's a big thing to say when there's a million different things that go into that.
Oh, I know.
What I mean?
I know people who are allergic to certain brands of ink. It all depends on what the carrier is, right?
And like it's the same thing. People think a black is a black. Like no, there's so many nuances to that. Like who knows what color of red this is? Like I don't know. I don't even think it's more like an orange anyway.
Well,
isn't
it's kind of pinky, but like it's a red pigment, right? Like there's red in there.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason why I was asking.
I don't know that the next tattoo is better though. Like
yeah, I know. Like the fresh photos, it looks like it could have been decent. Like to me, this doesn't look like it was overworked.
Sometimes it's hard to say until later, right?
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, I will say that the new tattoo is a slight upgrade. You can kind of see the scar under there. But with that said, it's probably better off to just get rid of all of this junk and start fresh.
Yeah, just black it all out.
I feel like there's like this thing that happens where people, they don't want to commit to what needs to happen. And they're trying to bargain. Almost like that guy who did that, like, that weird mock-up blackout thing. He had like the face and the trees and the raven thing, and it was just like, dude, just black this shit out. I mean, I get it, you don't want nothing, but like sometimes nothing is better than that, right? Like it's better to just wipe the slate clean, start over. Sunk cost fallacy, be damned. Your sleeve is worse than you want to admit.
Yeah.
It's time to reset the playing field. Right? You can do more later. So hopefully this gives this guy the push he needs to go full blackout. Sorry about getting your email mixed up there. I don't know how that happened, but
Yeah,
that's a
just
first
happy
for
I
this
figured
show.
it out.
Hey, but you know what? It's amateur hour in here. We've never proclaimed to be professionals, and I'm never going to be.
No,
so
we're just doing our best with what we have.
it is what it is.